our perspective.
Hi guys, and welcome to F the News. This is the social current affairs podcast, looking into all things female, empowering women everywhere. We want to say a happy International Women's Month to you all. Yes. I'm Layyah Murray, one of your hosts.
And I'm Sancha Curry. And today we're going to be speaking to some amazing women. But before we do, we're going to get into the news headlines, because that's what you're all here for, right? So when you're ready, Leanne, shall we start?
Yeah, so abuse claims and rape culture identified at over 1,600 primary schools.
UK watchdog bans shocking ads in mobile games that objectified women.
And who are the Tate brothers, and what are the criminal charges against them?
Don Lemon says that women at CNN sexually harassed him, including one who actually touched his nipple.
Ad Watchdog announces a crackdown on degrading images of women in gaming apps.
And Emily Atack and Joan Bakewell prove that degrading women is still a problem in the media.
A detective who used degrading acts to control women was avoided sack by resigning.
And Jess Phillips says there's no place where violence against women doesn't happen. And last but not least,
OnlyFans star was found with broken limbs in Dubai. Amid fear, she was used as a wealthy sheikh sex slave in twisted parties. Yeah, interesting. There's a lot going on, right?
There's a lot going on in the world. Should we stick with this OnlyFans star?
Yeah, I mean, really scary and shocking, isn't it? Like, I think the Ukrainian OnlyFans model, she was found like really critically injured in Dubai, like on the side road. It's obviously sparked some fears of like being exploited. I think like young girls being offered huge amounts of money to attend like these parties by wealthy.
Parties,
yeah. And it's just worrying. I think we were having a conversation earlier, and it's like, is it worth the Louis Vuitton bag?
It's not worth anything, to be honest. I mean, I understand that there's a lifestyle that they're trying to gain or gauge, and they go over there with these high expectations. But I think it's interesting that they mentioned that she's an OnlyFans star. Yeah. I think does that negate the fact that she was abused? No, it doesn't. No. I don't think that just because of your profession you should be abused. So I do think that headline's quite problematic. But yeah. I mean, obviously, my heart goes out to her, because being found on the roadside with broken limbs, that's tragic. And, you know, her family must be horrified.
Yeah, I mean, and as you say, mentioning OnlyFans, people will make a judgment.
They've made a judgment based on that.
Straight away, but she is this young girl who has, you know, got caught up in something, but does she deserve to have been treated like that?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
But so, then the UK watchdog struck my mind because of having children. I think that mobile games and having these ads that are objectifying women and having all this sexual content is like, yes, we can put all these privacy settings on our phones for our children, but nevertheless these pop-ups keep happening. So hopefully there's going to be a crackdown on this.
I think gaming is one of the areas that I do worry about, like even a mother myself.
Yeah.
You know, there's games, and we may just think they're like really innocent games that the kids are playing, but then, you know, they're exposed to kind of some real explicit images that maybe even as a parent you weren't too aware of when you purchase this game, or they purchase games online, so you don't actually know. So it's a little bit scary, and as a parent you can control some of it, but we have no control over all of it.
We don't. So somebody needs to be kind of looking over that, don't they?
Yeah.
And I think let's just touch on one more. I think the Emily Atack and Joan Bakewell, based on our guest today as well, I think that's quite interesting, saying that degrading women is still a problem in the media.
Yes.
I think it's the language, it's the experience, it's the boys' club, old school network, what do you call it? Old boys' school network.
Yeah.
It's all of that.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it does really highlight, doesn't it, still the ongoing issues of sexism. And even though we are all like making small steps of change, I think there's still a long way to go.
Absolutely. And then I suppose your experience of being a casting director, and you're in the media scene, and some of the feedback that you must get from some of the actresses.
Absolutely. And I mean, this is why I'm excited as well about our guests as well today, because you know, without giving too much away, they are from that film media world. So it'd be really interesting as well for our guests, like see what their, you know, view and opinion and experiences have been. So
I think you guys want to meet our first guest, right? Yeah.
Yes.
That's right. Let's get them on.
Oh my gosh. So got my little bio about our first guest here, guys. So we are super excited to welcome this guest, who in 2019 closed the doors to her performing arts project. This was a non-for-profit performing arts school for children living in very deprived neighbouring boroughs. But closing these doors, it opened a brand new door for her. And she decided to write her first script. I almost gave up. I think we all have an understanding of that sentence there. Having a child suffering from sickle cell, facing severe challenges, this script came from a really deep, real place in her life. And it went on to be showcased at various theatres, with a huge leap of faith, she began and decided to produce this into a feature film. What an achievement. The challenges of having a son diagnosed with sickle cell and moi disease continues, but with real resilience and determination, she refuses to give up on pursuing her dream. To date, she has written and produced 22 films, is the founder of the Creative Film Awards. She's a founder of an ensemble. She's attended the Cannes Film Festival in 2023, 2024, and she plans to attend 2025 with ZM Films. And her appearances have been, like BBC Radio, Time to Shine in Atlanta, Georgia, Black Film Festival. She's just recently signed 2 distribution deals in the USA, and she is launching her own ZM Films app in 2024. I mean, that just sounds incredible, doesn't it?
That's mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Let's get her on.
Let's go on. Please, guys, welcome Zarine Murray. Give her a clap. How are we feeling today?
Amazing, good.
I can take these off. So
good.
these are actually only for reading, guys. I can't say now.
Can I just ask, what did you feel about those headlines we read out? Did anything resonate with you?
The TikTok, is it the TikTok lady or the
OnlyFans? Yeah.
I feel like between
We're
TikTok and OnlyFans, I feel like these situations are happening more and more and more.
Absolutely.
So yeah, it's something that's it's troubling.
Yeah.
And she seemed like she was only very young. So.
Yeah.
And again, we're mothers, as you know, so it.
Yeah. So let's take it back. So excited to have you.
Thank you for having me.
I have the pleasure of, knowing you as well. But talk to us about the journey. So let's go back. You had an incredible performing arts school.
I did, yeah.
Tell us, where did that come from, Zarine? Like, what made you want to do that? Where did that start? Where's the creativity start from?
Okay, so I've always been a creative person. Always artistic, always the fun factor, should we say, just with whether it's friends, fashion, just being really out there. And I attended dance class, and it really came from being in a home, a single parent home, and maybe your mother or your father didn't have enough to, give you the desires of maybe certain outfits and costumes and stuff in dance class. So I would go home and cut up my outfits, and I became very creative with just, experiencing, and everyone's like, oh my God, where'd you get your outfit? Yeah, I just got the little scissors and did a little cup, and then from there I can say that, you just learn to grow. If you don't have, you make use of what you have, right? So that was scissors and, chalk, pens and paper. So
would you say you were kind of born with that creativity, or because of things that you weren't kind of given or you didn't receive,
I think I came from a wonderful home, but there's only so much you can do as a single parent. And obviously I'm a twin, so raising myself and my twin and my brothers, it's a lot, So I feel like it was embedded in me.
It takes that village, right?
Yeah, it definitely does, yeah.
And so where did you started the performing arts, school, to tell us a bit about that, and the kids that attended?
Yeah, a few of my friends, we came together, and I was like, you know what? I want to open a performing arts school because I've noticed that there's a lot of children that want to go to these, performing arts schools, the Brits, the Italian Conte, but they just can't afford it. So why not open something with your skills that you have and give it to the community? So that's what I did, and it was one of the best things I've ever did. I've seen students up until now, very loving, always saying, Miss, thank you. That's began their path of their journey towards whether it's drama or...
Can I just ask, where is have you got any case studies of any of the students that have gone on to
progress? Yes, lots. And it's on my performing arts page. So you see a few comments from the parents. A lot of the parents I'm still in contact with, and they're like, what's Zarine? We still talk about it up until now. You're like, what you did for them was amazing. Obviously, I didn't want to close it, but an opportunity came. So, and it's not like it's not going to come back around again, but you take every opportunity when it kind of comes, you know. So yeah.
I love that, and that's giving back, isn't it?
Yeah.
Was it because of your upbringing that you decided to do it in the deprived neighborhoods? Like, was that what you wanted, the opportunities for young people that maybe wouldn't have got those opportunities?
Yes, I would say yes, definitely. Coming from the background I came from, and again, as I said, it wasn't, oh my God, this is how you live. It wasn't like that. There was just certain things that you weren't able to do. So, for example, if I wanted to go dance class every, Tuesdays and gymnastics, you pick one or, and then sometimes your parents didn't have the money to do that. So you create your own, and then you start to feel like, you know what? I look back, that's not going to happen to me again, because when I do raise my son, I'm going to give him everything that I never had. And it's not that he's spoiled, it's that I'm going by what I didn't have. So bringing that into the community of not having what I had and then bringing it to them. And it's like, do you really need to be charging this amount of money? Because some of the kids that I've known now have gone far, very far. And that was just not going to the Brits, but going to a community and developing skills, natural, authentic skills.
Yeah, can I just say as well, like when they do go to like schools like the Brits or Teleconte, Brits is actually a free public, sponsored school, and this is the alumni. But I feel like when they've got something to access in the community, then they build up their own network, and I think that those schools really are only good, not only good for, but your network is your net worth.
Yes, it is.
And I think that that's what the struggle is that the barriers are that they can't necessarily access some of the opportunities.
That's correct. Yeah,
everyone's got this boys club, girls club that's already been established, so it's kind of like breaking in that way.
It is.
So how did you manage to maneuver?
Well, do you know what? Funny enough, as I said to you, I went by faith. I said, you know what, I'm going to have an open day for this performing arts school. I had a lot of parents sign up for performing arts, being, creative, script writing, dance. So I just went with a leap of faith, and I said, you know what, with my team, like, we're going to do this and we're going to open it. And I had great support, because behind me, I don't know who spoke to the press, but I had a 3-page spread in the Evening Standard, and it was called, this young queen gives a break to the community of Deptford. And it was just wonderful to know that you're doing this and you don't know who's watching you from the outside. So, and I'm not doing it because you need names, but you're doing it because when you see that child who wasn't able to afford, and then you see where they are now, it's like all you had to do was just go into the community and just say here, So
and I think there's so much raw talent that is
there
just
is.
Not
There's a lot more,
So it's beautiful that you were able to do that.
Definitely.
So then you made a real turn in 2019, and you decided to close those doors, but it sounds like it was going really well. So then what made you go?
I had a huge opportunity in Atlanta, it wasn't that I wanted to close the doors. I really, really, really didn't. But I had to really think about, God, when you present something to me, do I just, because I did pray about it. I said, you know what? You don't know when it's going to come back around. So you just grab the opportunity and go. And I was like, that they were very tearful, very tearful, very tearful. I was saddened. But you know what? I said, you know what? There's a season. There's a season for everything. And that was my season to say, Zarine, 2015 you opened, 19 you've closed. That was your season to give to the community. Now it's time for you to take and do what you need to do. And with the struggles, as I said, with having a son with sickle cell and everything else, you're maneuvering like this. So I hate that I closed it, but I love that the blessings that came from it.
And so now you are a film director,
that's correct,
producer.
Yes.
Tell us about this. So obviously the script you almost gave up. Was that because you were at a point in your life that you felt, I'm going to give up on, is this your dreams, or what was this?
No, so that script was about a young mother with 3 kids, but one had sickle cell. And it was her only kind of focusing on one child, and the broken relation within the family household, because she only identified, this child with sickle cell. So I wrote it, and then it went on tour. I went on tour with the children, and then I was like, I want to write a film. And I didn't realize the film would have gone, like you put something out there and you don't know what to expect. It's your first film, and it was my first feature. I've never written a feature film. I've written plays. I've written 15 plays and showed plays in and around London Theatre prior to doing the whole opening of the performing arts school. From there, to write a feature, I was like, Jesus, give me strength. You're going to be with the Pitney them. Sorry.
He gave you strength.
Sorry, guys. Let me just translate that. Let me just translate that. So, with the children, sorry, the pitney, you know, with the children, sorry, it's hard. It's not easy to do a featured film, and so I bit off. But I was great. I couldn't believe how great I was. I was like, oh my God, is this? And then from then, it was just writing, producing, writing, and
It sounds like the prayers went up and the blessings came down, right?
it did. And you've got to be very faithful in what you do. You've got to believe in what you do, you know. I
think that I'm most focused on the fact that, especially being a mother, the juggling that you did, and having somebody that you had to cater to, that had, like, sickle cell isn't a joke, it's serious. It's not. So, you know, what kind of, I wouldn't even say advice, like bring us back to that time and how you managed to take it all on and move forward and push still, knowing that you've got a family that also requires your dedication.
Yeah. I'm not going to lie, it was hard. I'm a very bubbly and quirky and fun. But when those doors close, no one knows the heartbreak you go through when you see your child suffering. And sadly, my son, thank God, 20, he's gone through a lot. I nearly lost him. He has blood exchanges every 3 weeks. He's been doing it for 16 years.
Wow.
So I've been traveling, coming back to do his blood transfusions. I'm not going to lie, it's been hard. It's been heartbreaking. And sometimes I'm just like, God, you never will give me more than what I can't handle. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, and I have always told him, you know, even when he was in a crisis in the hospital, I'll never forget. And he was sick, really, really, really sick. And I said, God, there's no way you're going to take this little boy from me in this hospital. And I kept saying to him, say I'm a soldier. And you could hear, I'm a soldier. And I said,
bring tissues.
Because you know what it is? You've got to instill that faith into them. Because if I give up, then what happens to my son? Do you know what I'm saying? So, you know, years later. Sorry. Oh, bless you. Don't. It is.
As a mother.
Yeah. And I know this is not professional, but in the same breath, it's real.
It's
like
real.
Just mother to mother, like that is, for me, prayers are just always going to bring
the
you
power
through.
of prayer.
Absolutely.
The power of prayer.
Power of prayer, yeah. And
what strength it takes and what resilience and just...
Oh, it takes. Yeah. I think if you walked one day in my life...
We'll get some tissues.
You generally would say... Yeah, you generally would... I don't know. You'd be shocked. You'd be shocked.
I'm not usually an emotional being, guys, but today I'm emotional because
that's okay.
No, it's beautiful.
Yeah,
because
it's real.
It's inspiring.
Yeah.
It's so inspiring.
Yeah.
And your son now is 20 years old.
He's 20. Yeah.
So praise God. What is he doing with himself?
So he works behind the scenes.
Amazing.
On a film set.
So basically, I was going to say it's art imitating life.
Yeah.
But he's been inspired by what he's seen his mother do.
Yeah.
So that's amazing.
He has. And regardless of when he's had crisis, and he would always like, you know, Mum, go and film. I'm like, are you sure I can leave you with obviously families? Like, yeah, Mum, go. And I'm just like, you know what it is? You have to learn to juggle. Yeah. Because if you give up on your blessing.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And you don't know when it's coming back round. Right. So I just had to go hard or go in or go home.
Go hard or go home.
Yeah.
We know that feeling.
Yeah.
We all resonate with that.
Yeah.
We all resonate with that. Well done, Zarine.
Absolutely.
And thank you for even sharing that personal.
Yeah, that's very personal. But it's very inspiring.
Yeah, do you know what? I weren't going to.
Yeah.
Because everybody sees the surface of Zarine, which is, she's quirky, she's creative, you know that.
Yeah.
But when I get home, that is my peace. That's peace for me to give God thanks for everything, as well as my affirmations, and really just going in his room and asking God to cover him. Because I know, like, people are like, oh my God, God.
Yes.
But it's not that I'm saying God. The power of prayer, because I've seen it in front of my eyes when a situation happened. I'll tell you a quick one in the hospital, sadly.
Yeah.
He exploded with blood. Blood was everywhere. Wow. And I said, you know what, God? I don't know what this means. And he looked at me. I looked at him. And he's staring at me. And I said, you know, like, you don't even want to say the words. I didn't receive it. I said, I reject you.
Yeah,
I reject the angel of death. I reject you. And I looked at him and I said, God. So I've gone through it. I've gone through it. But God is my strength. He gives me a different kind of power, you know. And then when I look at my son, and me and him are jokers, like, we are he's funny, I'm funny. And I look at this and I'm saying, you know what, never take life for granted. We can't, as parents, we really can't. And sadly, as you see how it is out there today, there's so much going on. You don't know when is when,
That's
you know.
right.
It's
That's
so
right.
true. It's
Yeah.
I would love to see something like that on the big screen.
on the big screen.
I would love to see art imitating life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that'd be an amazing and powerful story.
Oh, well, I've got something called A Note to Mum, which is about a young
We haven't
girl.
got that today, have
Oh,
we?
you
No,
don't.
it's a shame.
Oh, no,
That's a
yeah.
shame.
Yeah, that was about, sickle cell journey and
Okay.
the young guy that's out on the streets. It's not his story that he's out on the streets, but obviously, you can get caught up on the streets, X, Y, and Z.
Absolutely.
But next time we will definitely.
100%. We'd have to have you
Definitely,
back.
definitely.
So tell us, let's talk about the creative Zarine.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some of your work.
Yeah.
Tell us about some of your work, some of your films.
Okay. So I've created 22 films.
Amazing.
Wow.
That's great.
Amazing.
In the midst
Catalogue,
of my
isn't it?
situation. So I give God thanks. And it's for me to inspire you. Like, don't give up, regardless of what it is. Just get that pen to paper, you know. So I've created, and a lot of my creation comes from real stories and what I visually and see, you know. And I go where people may not want to go. So a lot of us as a community, we dig up the rug and I'm not trying to do that, Jari. I'm trying to tell you the story. I need you to Nigeria now. Sorry, I need you to put subtitles.
We're going to show versatility.
So I go where places where people are like, oh, but I'm writing from here.
Yes,
I'm writing from here. So
and tell us then, the writing is in here, but has there been any barriers for you, like within the industry right now? Let's talk about any barriers that you've maybe faced, you know, with any productions, projects, funding, like how?
Yeah, there's within this industry, you're going to come across many barriers, many barriers, and
systematically or people.
Both.
Okay.
So, I definitely think it's both.
Yeah.
And working in this industry, being a Black female director, the stigma of, oh, you're a film director, but the respect level is, they respect you, but I'm not going to show you that I respect you. So I'm going to allow you to feel. But with the personality I am, I just overshine you. You know what I'm saying? Because there comes a point, I do, I'm going to be real because this is F the news and we're going to be real on F the news.
Overshine you.
I just overshine you because at the end of the day, I'm not going to enjoy your energy. No, you're not going to interrupt my piece.
That's right.
So sometimes you will be on a set. You feel the energy. You understand what I'm saying? You see how certain people may speak to you, like there's a demeanor. But me, I'm very assertive. So where it's spit, it's written. If I'm going to say what I need to say, I'm going to see what I need to say. And whereas some women will be kind of like that timid, or that's not me. I'm not trying to, because it's
director. I don't think direct and timid goes in.
It doesn't. But you say that. But I've seen where you are the director.
Yeah.
But the minute you are in that position, you see. You might not say anything, but you see the wow. But you have to kind of keep that because you're judged from being a woman, and then the stigma of just sometimes even the support, what we were speaking about, the support in our community.
Tell us about that, the support. Tell us about
the support in the community.
In the community.
Yeah, I feel like there's a level of how can I say? I'm going to say bad-mindedness, but there's a level of that. I don't want to see you win, sister. No. So you hear what? I'm not really going to fully support you. I'm going to tell you well done from my mouth, but I ain't going to try and do the physical. And it's sad because I see it. And I'm like, that's okay, but you won't be able to eat with me at my table.
Absolutely.
And it's not everyone you can eat at your table. And it's just me being real. Like, I'm a very real person. You can't eat with everybody at the table. I might say, hi, you're right. You know what I mean? You can sit here and eat. No. Yeah, it no gossip. Yeah, it don't go so. It no gossip. Yeah, it don't go so. Yeah. So there's that level of, okay, where's the support within our community? Yeah. And for example, you might, like I was saying to Lee, I'd put out some funding affair for some, was it a production? It might have been a production, and it was just the lines of, I thought you was rich, you're begging now. I'm like, wow.
Who
gave you that
headline?
Yeah. So again, you look at me on the outside,
but
you've made a judgment. And I'm like, wow, okay, so this support.
And this is actually what stops creators from creating, is that outward audacity and the outward opinion where people actually say, they say things that they don't, I don't think they understand the implications of what they're saying. And it's always good to comment behind screens and be keyboard warriors, but really in my face, are you going to say the same thing?
Me, it didn't bother me because I know why I'm doing it. you can't allow certain, as I said, energies and entities in your head.
Absolutely.
Just break you down. I ain't got time for that. All it is next.
Yeah.
Let me keep it moving. Do you know what I'm saying? And sadly, that's just what it is. The support sometimes isn't there. They do want to see you, but you can't win before them.
That's right.
And it's just real rap at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? We need to break that. We need to break that cycle and just work together as a unit and a unity. And it's okay to say, sister, I got this contact number. Here you go.
There you go. That's true.
Don't be a gatekeeper.
Why is there some of that gatekeeping you think that happens within the industry a lot?
Do you know what? I had this conversation with a creative, and you're going to have your own opinions, but what we decided is that there's certain people that have worked their butt off to get to where they are, and they don't want it to share.
They don't want to share.
They don't want to share the money. They don't want to share the income, because with a lot of the creatives, like there's only a few that they get the opportunities. And so then I'm saying, well, then they should be mentoring and bringing more people in. But then sometimes the mentee always excels the mentor. So that means that they're taking away from there. But I'm just saying, it's like we need to think about how we can build that ecosystem so that people don't feel so threatened when the next generation, because you have to let them take over.
Yeah, you do.
You can't always be running things, but this is the problem. That the ones that are there, they're not letting anyone through because now you're messing with their peace.
It's interesting, and it is. You're right. It's hard to break that, because how do I go about breaking that? Because if I said, Lee, here's a number, am I generally just saying it, or am I thinking 10 minutes or 10 hours before, should I give it to her? Do you know what I'm saying? Just hand it. There's that.
Because people have got scarcity mindset. They don't have an abundant mindset. And that's what I'm trying to say. I feel like the people that are there, that are able to pay it forward and able to give those opportunities, that choose not to, I feel like they've got a scarcity mindset. They're just thinking, where's the next check going to come from? I'm saying but if you think abundantly, then actually the blessings is going to keep triple. Because now you've got a unit where you can maybe even command more, price gone up, you know.
That's true.
I'm not saying that's the solution, but I do definitely see that there are a lot of gatekeepers, and I just think that some of them are not even qualified gatekeepers.
No.
But they exist.
It's true.
And it's very true. Like, you're not qualified. I've seen some. My two eye, I don't know. I put my eyelash. I've seen, and you just think. I always just, one thing about me, I just laugh. I go, hey. And the reason why I laugh, because I think, what are you doing? What is it that you're doing? Why are we doing this?
Face value.
I really don't have time, because you know what? There's a season for everyone, isn't there?
Absolutely.
And if it's your season, it's your season. What's for you ain't gonna pass you, and God ain't gonna give you anything that's not supposed to be yours. Alive? All right, we talk once only. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's just what it is. But yeah.
So we're gonna see, I think, one of your
trainers.
Before we do, we did do a fit check with Zarine. Now, I'm saying fit check because now, please tell me about this ensemble.
I know, right?
Yeah, no, this ensemble is just the creativity is just oozing.
I am flying to Jesus. No, I am flying to Jesus. I am. Yeah. You know why? Because let me tell you something. Yeah, because even I was saying to my friends today, the neighbour. I got one neighbour. Yeah. She loving me, I'm not gonna lie. Hi neighbour. If you're watching, she's always, darling, but she's like, you're very, and I'm like, yeah. So the fit check today is, you're flying to Jesus, amen. You're flying to your blessing.
I'm gonna use that one.
Yeah, I'm flying to Jesus.
Amen.
Yeah, flying to Jesus, amen. Yep. And that's my fit check for today.
So do you want to introduce this trailer for us?
Yes, please.
So I've written a wonderful trailer. The film will be filmed next year. Okay. But this is Oh Freedom, written and directed by myself. So yeah, sit back and enjoy.
Let's have a quick little look.
God damn you, Ivy. I told you to believe. Told you to have faith. I'm tired, Mercy. I'm tired!
walked the Green Mile. He sure loved his family. God knows I needed him. I needed him so badly. But God needed him more. In the water, God's gonna trouble the waters. See that man, all dressed in white. God's gonna trouble the waters. The leader looks like an Israelite. God's gonna trouble the waters. Wade, I said wade in the waters, real dream. Wade in the waters, God's gonna trouble the waters.
So I've just finished writing my second feature. Not my second feature, my distribution feature that I got in the USA, Broken Buckets, which is going to be out in April.
Amazing.
But the tickets sold out very soon. In 5 hours, the tickets actually did sell out. So that's going to be at the View Cinema red carpet.
Wow.
Do we have any VIPs for this?
Yes.
Let's get down there.
Well, we have to. Yeah, we have to try and get down there. We'll work it out. We'll work it out.
Collaboration.
Yes. Oh, yes. Yeah. So that's that one. That one. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, because we spoke. Yeah, that one. And then there's the trailer of the launch, which is the 11th of April. So if you want to come down on the 11th of April, I know Leanne's grabbed her ticket already.
Amazing.
Please come down to the.
We'll put the ticket link in underneath
we'll
this
put it in
when we
there.
put it out.
Yeah.
We've got enough time.
Definitely.
Anything else?
Yeah, just my app.
Oh,
Yes. I do have my own app. It's a movement app. You can subscribe, unlock exclusive contents to my featured film, and
where can we find it?
well, there is a link. Zarine Murray Films.
We'll put that in the link as well. Yeah, perfect.
Is it in beta or is it it's good to go? It's rolled out. That's amazing.
Hello, Jesus is good.
So you're like a woman in tech. You're like a triple, quadruple threat.
Look at this.
We're moving with the times. You've got to move with the times.
Absolutely.
And nobody has got time for business cards, but you also need to grow your business.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Really good.
So I will wait at the side of the door, please, with my work.
We will all the audience members as well will be signing up today.
Well, speaking of the audience members, we've come to that time and we're going to open up the floor for questions, online questions.
Yes.
So
we've
where
got
do we
online as
start?
well, haven't we?
We've got any online questions that come through?
What's some advice you give to a creative starting out that want to follow a similar path to what you
I would say, that's a good question. I would say, I say this to everyone, just start. There's not a time to start. It really is if you've got an idea, just start going out to networking places where you can go and connect with different creatives, different writers, and most of all, importantly, get your idea on the piece of paper. That's a start for me. Yeah. So
Brilliant. Right.
And where would you signpost people with regards to training?
Sorry?
Where would you signpost people?
With regards to
Training.
to becoming directors, playwrights, what has that been like for you in your journey?
Oh, that's a good question. It's been hard. It has been very hard. But for example, on my app, I do offer creative one-to-one script writing services. So, for example, I am the deed that you'd come to me. So forget all those big places that you're trying to get to.
Amazing.
Just connect with somebody like myself who is well connected, and then you just start off creative script writing one-to-one classes through my app. And then I can also connect you and give you other information. But I am the
Like you're signposting.
Hallelujah, Jesus.
Yeah.
I love because that's who she's flying to once you leave.
Okay, we've got another question.
Right.
What's your favourite F word?
What's your favourite F word?
Fabulous.
Because you are fabulous.
I'm going to say, and we concur.
Yes.
We definitely concur. I don't know if we're going to have anybody as lit as Zarine.
Zarine is amazing.
So I think that, but
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you. No,
And we
honestly,
know you've got an actress here today, so we're going to catch up with her as well. We are just so happy that you joined us today.
Thank
you
you
for being our first guest.
Thank you. And I have to say, well done to you guys. Like, what you're doing is super amazing, and like I want to be able to, and I said to Leanne, I would love to, once this is out or you do your advertisement, is post it in the cinema at the view in Leicester Square prior to my film.
Amazing. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
can I do that? Yeah. We've got to be connected.
Thank you,
Thank you. Thank you, my sweetheart. Thank you, Lily.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, darling. Thank you, guys.
Take care.
Thank you. Wow. Isn't she fabulous?
Oh my Lord.
Her F word was the right word.
She was fabulous, and she
is fabulous.
I think if any guest can get me near to tears, I'm going to actually start paying people and saying, look, I'll pay you not to make me cry.
Yeah.
No, but her story was amazing. It was inspirational, motivational, all of the ationals. She was sensational.
Sensational.
Yeah. And Treesoul's opening was amazing.
Yes.
F the news, we've got our little theme tune.
Yeah.
So what's next, Lee? What's on the agenda next?
I think we're passing over to the wonderful
one
DJ
and only
QG, I believe.
Is it DJ QG in the building?
It's DJ QG in the building. Give it up.
It's got me, DJ QG, and I have got the pleasant duty to introduce to Femme Fatale TV, F the News, Rayna Ebony. Brilliant. So I'm going to just give the audience just a little bit of a breakdown about you. So first of all, I must say, I've spent all morning listening to your 2 tracks on YouTube.
Oh wow.
YouTube, 2 brilliant tracks. One's called Life Over Death, and the other one is Who Can't Hear Must Feel. So that's what I was telling my son. So that's a good track. I like that one. So you're Caribbean multi-genre roots reggae vocalist from Southwest London. So how would you describe your music style?
I would say my music is raw, authentic, and fun.
Nice, what we like to hear. Yeah, so raw, authentic, and fun. 3 good words. Okay, and what's the most rewarding part of making music for you? So what is the bit that you like most about being in the music business?
I like that I can use music as therapy, and the creative process of even creating the music in itself. But I think for me, when performing, I love like the effect that I have on people. I love the smiles and the tears, and people come up to me, like that song like really touched me, and they can kind of put their self and their experience inside of that song. So
it's good. I mean, as I say, listening this morning, the Who Can't Hear Must Feel, it just reminded me of my mum and dad when I was naughty, and they always used to say that to me. So so great. So if you could collaborate with any artist, who would your choice be?
Okay, I've got like 3 top. So Layyah IK, Erykah Badu, and Doechii.
Okay, so nice choice. And then what are the most important lessons you've learned since you started your journey, your musical journey? What have you learned? Have you learned about yourself? Have you learned about other people? What would you say?
What have I learned? Good question. I would say to kind of keep your blinders on and just do you. Like, I feel like in this industry, you can get so lost in what other people are doing and where everyone else is in their journey. But it's important to stay focused and in your own lane and the reasons why you're doing it and stuff.
And you'll get through. Well done, lovely answers. So you've got 2 tracks that you're going to perform for us today. But before you do that, just let the audience know. The audience online as well know how they can find your music.
Okay, so my name is Rayna Ebony. You can find me at Rayna Ebony everywhere.
Instagram, YouTube, Spotify. I'll talk about the Spotify later because I'm actually like got some projects coming out real soon, so I'll update you guys about that on the end. But yeah, Rayna Ebony everywhere.
Okay, nice one. So thank you. So round of applause. So we're going to let you get ready. So you're going to do the 2 tracks for us today.
Yeah.
So you're going to do 2 tracks. One is called Like You, and then the other one is Love Is the Key. So which one are you going to do first?
I'm going to do Love Is the Key.
Okay, so we'll take the mic.
Thank you, Sarah.
Hi guys, my name is Rayna Ebony. I'm going to be singing 2 songs for you today. I'm a reggae artist from Southwest London, and I've just come to bring a little vibe to the so you guys enjoy. There was below, shining bright, and the stars above in the day and night. It's in that helping hand, a friendly smile. Love's all around, making eye for God. And love's the air we breathe, the light we need. If we live in love, we will succeed. And love is the key for you and for me. Love is the key for you and me. A gentle breeze on a summer's day, in every laugh and every word to say, with every breath and every step we say, love's an everything showing you the way. Carrying our hearts away, we feel this way. And I do this for money, and I do this for day. But to bring the world to the most that day, rise and love, sweet rays, love keeps lifting me higher than the birds, higher than the trees, higher than the wheels will ever take me. Said love is what we need in its essence. Sweet joy, love is the key, and love is the key. For you and for me, love is the key. For you and me, love is the key. Yo, DJ, how you doing?
DJ is only just beginning.
Love is the key for you and me. Love. So, this is the next one. This one's called Like You. It's Rayna again. But when I'm older, I wanna be like you. Lost in the echoes of love I never knew. Searching for a light in the world so blue. Yearning for a path, but the haze won't fade away. Drifting through the shadows, Jesus leads my way. Caught up in the silence, trying to make it reality. In a world where no sway. All the sad songs of my heart, let her dreams slide away. In the darkest nights, some days and the strange times, for each day. And when I'm older, I wanna be like you. There's heart to raise my imperfection. Cultivate the different process of self-acceptance and self-reflection. Touch everybody, not even get an affection. That's tender love. I've always had the song from my heart that dreams like a wind. And in the darkest night, the flame never shades. When I'm older, I wanna be like you. As I grow older, loving myself and staying true. I wanna be like you. I wanna be like you. I wanna be like you. Loving myself and staying true. I wanna be like you. I wanna be like you. I wanna be like you. Loving myself and staying true. Like you, like you, like you, like you. I wanna be like you. Oh, some songs are just like that. And in the darkest night, the flame will shade. When I'm older, I wanna be like you.
Performer, she's a dancer, she's done incredible things.
She's got a movie coming out this year, but we're going to get into all of that. First, let's do the big reveal.
Who do we have?
Who do we have?
Woo! Hello, welcome.
Lovely to see you.
So nice to meet you. Hey, welcome. Thank you so much for having me.
You're most welcome. So I'm going to read out your bio because it's so impressive, and I want those at home and those in the audience to hear all about you. So Nekoda Garrett, hailing originally from the sun shores of the Gold Coast, Australia, her journey began at the age of 4 when she first pirouetted into the world of ballet under the tutelage of Catherine Maddock, the dance school. Fueled by passion for dance, she quickly caught the eye of mentors and peers alike. She honed her craft further at the Ransley Academy and Dance Academy, immersing herself in the art form that would become her calling. Fueled by perfection, she embarked on an odyssey of training and discovery that spanned continents. From the Victorian College of Arts in Melbourne to the prestigious Australian Ballet School, she pursued her dreams with unwavering determination, earning a scholarship along the way. Her journey reached new heights when she crossed the Atlantic to Europe, where she graduated with honours at the Theatre Basel. Oh, I can't pronounce this one, but it's in Switzerland. How do you pronounce that?
Theatre Basel.
Oh, I haven't got that tongue, but you can teach me.
Theatre Basel.
Yeah. She then secured her coveted contract with the New English Contemporary Ballet Company in England. With the world of dance conquered, she set her sights on new horizons, venturing into the thrilling realm of film and television. Armed with dual citizenship, well done to you, in the UK and Australia, she immersed herself in the craft of acting and honing her skills at the esteemed Royal Academy of Dramatic Arts, otherwise known as RADA. I never got in there, by the way.
Yeah, that's impressive.
And I never got in.
That's impressive.
Yeah, we'll talk about that after. Yeah. In London, under the guidance of renowned mentor Mel Shusha. Is that right? Is that how I pronounce the name? Mel Shusha?
Mel Churcher.
Oh, Churcher. She has further mastered the intricacies of screen performance, seamlessly blending her background in dance with her newfound passion of acting. And since leaving education in 2023, she has starred in the independent film The Unforgiven, winning Best Actress at New York, New Jersey, and the Golden Film Awards. And this year, she has just completed her first feature film, A Scottish Christmas Secret, due to be released later this year. Can we please give a round of applause for Nekoda?
Yay! We are so excited to have you. Welcome. Welcome.
So excited to be here. This is my first podcast, so I am super excited.
We're super excited to have you.
Thank you.
Wow. So tell us, like, you took a big leap coming from Australia. You're now here in London. How has all of that been for you? Like,
Yeah, I mean, Australia is, I mean, it's a country like literally isolated by itself. But I mean, all dancers, creative people, we see things as opportunities over in Europe. And especially like there's so many more dance companies, so much more film opportunities over here. So everyone sort of just travels over this way for opportunities. And I always sort of just saw myself coming over to Europe naturally, into one of the dance companies, but it brought me to England.
Amazing.
So,
And so I know about traveling from, say, here to there, you become a bit of an expat, or is it the same with the same, or is it a dual kind of citizenship in terms of when you travel to and fro from two different?
So it's dual citizenship.
Yeah.
I've got a British passport and an Australian passport.
Okay.
So if I travel home, I'll travel with my Australian
Lucky
passport.
you.
When I re-enter the UK, I'll
Yes.
just use my British passport.
Amazing. And so what's the, like, I wouldn't say the cultural difference, but the industry difference? Do you feel like there's more opportunities in Australia versus Europe or UK, or
I mean,
vice
there's
versa?
definitely some amazing opportunities in Australia. Australia is just a great country.
Yeah.
It's close to my heart. It's still my home, but I also class here as my home as well. But there's like a saying that is sort of within the dance and the creative community that I've grown up with, is that there's more creative people than there are creative companies. And creative dance companies, film productions, there's more actors than there are films. There's more dancers than there are dance companies. So the competition is very high out there. But we do it because we love it.
Absolutely.
And it doesn't feel like work. It's just, if I could do it in my sleep, I would.
So the passion is there.
It really is. Yeah. So obviously, I mean, I watched a lot. We watch TV, obviously, film TV, but opportunities out there, like you had Home Away and Neighbours, and you know, those staple kind of like programs. Did you audition at any chance, any opportunity, or go on to try out for any of those, or are you not more so soap? Are you more theatre, more serious actress? I can't say that's not serious.
I do love soap operas. I was a bit of a Home and Away fan.
Me too.
Growing up as a teenager and watching every night at 7.
On
as
the
a
dot.
teenager. But growing up in an early age, I was mostly dance focused.
Okay.
So I grew up in the performing arts. I still did drama alongside my dance education. It's just that dance was one of my first passions, and I did everything else alongside it.
And I suppose it helps being a dancer and an actress. Like, you're double threat now, so you can get roles where.
Yeah. So what's lovely about dance is that we're still acting, but we are acting on stage. And I suppose I see our camera when we're on stage as the audience.
Absolutely.
So with the audience, we are dancers. We move through movement and expression with how we tell a story, and that can bring the audience, really pulls the audience in. Some people cry watching ballets, watching plays. That is in the non-speech, but I wanted to be on the other side of the camera. I wanted acting for screen. I thought I wanted to speak this time. So I've done the stage and expressing through movement, and I think there's actors out there there's dancers who have transformed into acting. And I thought it just felt like a real natural transition.
What I love about having different skill sets is that, you know, dancers have transformed into actors, but not necessarily actors have transformed into dancers. So it's nice when you've got that catalogue or that array of skills that you can then bring into the acting world. And that being able to tap into emotions through dance is also something really beautiful that then you can bring to an on-screen character or persona.
Yeah, I think there's something really beautiful about that, about even if you're reading a script or you're learning a dance is like reading a script.
That's right.
You take in a story, and if you don't have much of the story, you try and create one as best you can under imaginary circumstances. And then you sort of fully embody that, and then you you use the emotion and movement, say from dance through to acting, when you really feel those moments through the script, that's when you can really, that story comes out on the screen.
And what was your biggest challenges in terms of making that transition, or just in general pursuing acting? What's been some of your major challenges or barriers?
I've enjoyed the challenges. Yeah, I really do enjoy the challenges. I suppose from movement, it's one of them. I think learning to be still. Learning to be still, because dancers, when we sort of sit, we fidget or move, especially for myself. But then going on set, if there's something that we have to be quite still for, sort of just have to breathe in the moment. I can't move as much for this. I have to more through that, because I'm quite use my arms
expressive.
Yeah,
I resonate with that, because the team will know here. What was I like? I'm very expressive. A lot of movement. I don't know how to keep still.
But you're
I'm
also
actually keeping really still. It's the dance background. I think, Nekoda, what I'm interested in as well to hear is your transition from dance. I think we, as creatives, we can start off in kind of like one type of genre. But how did the transition for you then go from dance to acting? Was there anything that was there any barriers, or had you reached a point in your dance career that you thought, I've done what I've wanted to do, I want to try something else? Or was there like a barrier that made you go, I need to think of something, something else in the creative? What was that transition for you?
I think going from dancing to acting, I mean, obviously there are similarities with dedication, determination, learning something new. But I felt it went quite smoothly. There was definitely barriers of, I suppose, understanding that there's a lot more people around me, especially on production, lots of cameras, and learning different techniques. There's so many sort of different techniques out there, and for actors, I suppose you sort of just whatever comes naturally to you, whatever technique. There's so many.
There's so many. I'm not an actor or actress, but I've heard about different ones like method acting and different types of, like, which one do you resonate with more? What type of what kind of acting techniques? Is it a bit like meditating on the script, or like talk us through sort of like the learning process?
So what works for me is that when I get a script, say it's a short script that doesn't have much of a story to it, but only the story that's been given to us, I sort of start to write down, okay, so who's my character? What environment is she in? Is she in a room with 4 walls? What color are the walls? What time of day is it? Is it afternoon, evening? What time? Who's with me in the room? What did I do just before? What did I do just after? Depending on the situation of the script, I like to read it a few times, really take it into the story. If I haven't got much information, I will create my own backstory in order to give myself a full picture spectrum. I mean, you could write an entire story, you could go on and on and on, but just enough to put me in my little bubble of that character, and then go from there.
And I just want to jump in. I've had the pleasure of casting Nekoda, and the one thing I would say that really stood out for me from you is she was sent a script. She was asked to self-tape for a recent job. We can't go into it, but it's an exciting period drama series. And actually she was asked to cast for the lead role. And sadly, we didn't offer her the lead. But she initially, straight away came back and said, I really want to be involved in this production. I'm happy to do any other role. Amazing. And that for me just showed, you know what, this actress here she's ready. She is, she works hard. She's taking every opportunity. And I think out there, if there is actors or actresses, you have to take opportunities. And straight away I thought, I've got to put her in. touch with production,
Absolutely.
and she went on production, so she
Yep.
got the role.
Thank you.
And she kept up to date with me at the production, but then because of how wonderful she was on set, she was offered even another role, right? Am I right? Director gave you some more lines, or he gave you a bit more to do, right?
Yes,
Tell us about that.
I wanted to be in this special project, which I can't wait for people to watch when it finally comes out.
Yeah.
I always have something to learn. When I don't think you can ever stop learning as a creative person, no matter what field of the creative world you're in.
Well said.
And I wanted to be on set. I love it. It doesn't feel like work. It feels like dress up, but I get to do it.
Dress up. I love that.
As a living, especially it's a period drama, and I love period drama.
Yeah.
And for me, I was like, I will do another role. Is there another role for me? Like, I'll do it. And I was so blessed with the role that I was given, and I was like, I'm going to meet the director, say hello, say hi, how are you? I was like, by the way, if there's there's like a one word or a sentence that you just want to throw in there, I'll do it.
Look at that. Like, yeah,
I'll do
it's
it.
the hunger. I think there's a difference in
I think
in
that's
the
a gem
mentality.
that you've
It's a real
literally
gem
just
that you have.
it's a gem.
Yeah,
because not everything goes to plan on set. I mean, things can happen, and
we've had a live here today. We understand. So thanks for bearing with us.
There'll be rehearsals, and there'll be moments where things aren't quite happening as planned. And I was like, to the director, I was like, is it okay if we say this when she does this? So I think it would really bring
great.
I feel like I should be with that. And he's like, yeah, great, yeah, it works. And I was like, yes, it works.
You just
and it
use your
worked
initiative.
really well. It just sort of fitted in quite naturally. So I was really happy. I had the best time, an amazing cast and crew. Everyone was so lovely, so helpful. We even had runners that were actors themselves, but they put themselves in different positions to learn the craft. And I mean, I've got to give it to the runners. They just do everything, to bringing you coffee, to letting you know, you need to be here for costume, you need to be here for makeup. And
I think, isn't it important when you work on a production though, but everybody's valued no matter what role they play?
Right. Yeah.
I mean, have you had experiences where you've gone on productions where that hasn't really happened, or you've seen kind of like, I don't know, treating of different people?
I haven't yet. I've
Right.
actually been quite fortunate to be on productions where everybody's very supportive of each other.
Great.
Everybody helps each other out. The directors I've worked with have been lovely. I had one director I worked with on the feature film, super chill. Yeah, if you want to change, a couple of the dialogue, that's okay, as long as it still fits in with the theme. I went, okay,
you've been blessed.
Definitely.
You're lucky. Maybe it's about the energy, like what Zarine said earlier. It's the energy that somebody brings, isn't it? So you've been really lucky.
Yeah, I've been. I mean, I have heard from other creative people about some horror stories and mistreatments, and being embarrassed for no reason, or being mistreated for no reason. So I
know it exists, but
I know it exists, but
you haven't personally experienced.
Not yet, or I hopefully not in the
Never.
future.
We hope you don't.
Yeah, I've worked with some amazing casting crew and directors and producers, first AD, second AD. Yeah, everyone's been amazing. So I've had a ball.
So it's probably not very fair to ask this question, because it's like when people say, who's your favourite child? We don't have one. They're all my favourite. What has been your favourite experience? Or favourite movie, or just favourite role. If you don't have one, just talk us through something that really stands out to you in your mind.
Oh gosh,
your actress journey.
All of them have had amazing memories for me.
Talk us through them.
So for one, I did a short film called The Whispering last year, and I played an evil Victorian spirit. And my house was overtaken, turned into a modern day school. So I worked with about 20 to 25 children on the day. It was great fun because we're really loud. But there was one situation where in the script, there's a bit where the camera comes up really close to my face, and I'm obviously a bit evil, so I do a bit of a deeper voice, or a deeper, much different tone to how you hear me now. And it was just saying, do an evil laugh. I was like, okay. So we're doing the script, and I come in, and all of a sudden the director goes, okay, now scream. So I just scream, but when I scream, I can really scream. And I screamed at the top of my lungs.
Oh, wow.
And the poor...
I was going to say, she's going to have to take us through something.
I know.
Yeah. The poor sound guy literally took about 10 steps back, and they went, cut. And all the children just were silent, and like little head popped out of the room and went, I'm so sorry. I was like, I didn't realize I was going to scream that loud.
Wow.
And he's like, okay, let's do about 3-4 more times. I went, really? So the next day,
I have in lemon on set.
No, but the next day I sort of lost my throat a little bit, but it was worth every moment, because when we came to watch the private screening for the short film, it was amazing. Just that scream at the end.
I just want to.
We got we should have had it.
Yeah,
we should have had it.
It just makes it so creepy, and it was awesome. It was really good.
I'm trying to picture you now as this like really evil, like woman screaming.
I have some sort of attachment to. I love dark, gritty dramas and thrillers. Anything from like Breaking Bad, Banshee, Ozark.
Yes.
If you haven't seen them, see them.
Yeah.
They are definitely worth seeing. Absolutely love those. Oh, Good Girls Guide to Murder, BBC. BBC drama, directed by Dolly Wells.
Yeah.
Absolutely awesome.
And this leads on quite nicely, because I was going to ask you who has inspired you, like from maybe your dance days to your acting days. Have you had like any kind of female inspiration?
It's an amazing Australian ballet dancer, principal. I'm not sure if she's principal anymore, Lucinda Dunn.
Okay.
An amazing Australian ballet dancer. And in the film, I'm a massive fan of director Guy Ritchie.
Okay.
Guy Ritchie's work.
Guy Ritchie, if you need an actress.
Guy Ritchie, hi.
Holler.
I'm a fan of The Gentleman, Sherlock Holmes movies. Again, they are gritty dramas. Feel I have so being connected into a gritty drama series, something really raw, is something I would love to do.
It's interesting.
Yeah, I'm open to all genres and taking a challenge, and because you just never really know what you're capable of when your limits are pushed without you realizing. And I think that's something so special with creators. Sometimes we think that we haven't. Is this as far as we can go?
Yes.
And then other people see so much more limitless
to
what you can do, and I love that about when people go, you've got so much more. Do I? Help you push further from your limits that you already thought you had. I was like, I can do this. I can do it, and just that support. It's great.
And the creative world, like art industry, a lot of people think it's all glam, it's all glitzy.
Right.
But what's the real reality of being an actress? Like, the hard times, the good times, the dedication. What do you have to actually put in to be an actress? What do you do regularly?
For me, the amazing work for me is that because I have such a passion for acting, it doesn't feel like work. It feels like I'm having fun. You do have to put the work in. I mean, obviously, I always like to be very prepared. I like to know my lines. Be prepared if there's any unexpected changes, because the director can be like, oh, okay, I don't like that. Or I've had a time where they're like, oh, okay, we're not going to say this word. Can we change this sentence? And then you go back from the script from here. I was like, okay. It's like, okay, rolling, action. You just have to go with it. So the unpredictable challenges are also fantastic to do.
Have you found that there's a sisterhood or a support network for you whenever you take on any jobs or throughout your journey? Have you managed to connect with other females, actresses or dancers or anyone, and just create community?
Yeah, I mean, I I dance a lot in London. Somewhere famous, Pineapple Dance Studios, which has all sorts of classes and all sorts of creative people attend there. I end up meeting just random dancers waiting outside of a class. I met one lady about a year ago who's a dancer. She was on cruise ships for 10 years. She came back to doing a hip hop class she hadn't for how long. And I was like, oh, I haven't done this class before. And now we're actually really good friends. We give each other support when we have questions about the industry, or if I don't quite know or unsure of something, I will go to maybe another actor friend and just be like, oh, how is this experience for you? Or is there another way I can go about it? And so I feel like there's always been some really nice support there.
That's great.
That's
to
really
hear.
good.
Yeah.
I think as well what's important and what comes through from you is like your attitudes, and I say it a lot of times to a lot of the creatives and the people that I come across, like, have a good attitude in this industry. It can take you far. Just
humble and warm.
Humble
You are very humble and warm, Nekoda.
Yeah.
Let's do star signs.
Yeah.
Whilst we're on the topic.
What star sign?
What star sign? Let's guess. What do you think? I think she's a water sign. I sense water here.
Do you? Yeah, like a.
But then there's a bit about her that I see Aries.
What, like a
I don't know.
Cancer?
Yeah. I know Aries.
Are we far away?
A little bit.
Oh,
so
God.
like a
She's actually a Scorpio, right?
I am one of those kingdom star signs.
Help me out, audience. What's the kingdom
signs?
star sign?
What's the kingdom star sign? Leo.
I
was near. See, Cancer, Leo.
Okay, a little bit of feistiness in
She's
there.
got a little bit of feistiness.
They say it's either the lion or the kitten or the cat.
Lion or the kitten.
Yeah. She's a lion.
But both. You've got the both. Because sometimes in some situations you'll be humble.
Yeah.
In other situations you'll do the scream.
Do the scream.
Now you've got to guess what we are.
Yeah, you've got to guess.
Oh gosh.
You can start with the elements first.
I see sunshine,
Ooh.
brightness.
All the children call me Sunshine, by the way. They can't pronounce my name, so
it's Sunshine.
Yeah, Sunshine.
You have a lovely presence about you.
Thank you so much.
Oh, I'll probably get this very wrong. Libra, Sagittarius.
Yeah, she got it.
Yes.
Well done.
She got it on that. Libra's the air, and Sagittarius is the fire. Yeah. But I am sensing the Leo in you.
Yeah.
But now we've got to go over to.
I thought we had a good.
Yeah, we've got
really
definitely
go
over to moi here.
Let's go over.
You also have a beautiful presence about you. But I could also get this very wrong.
Let's start with
very bubbly. I'm very social.
Gemini?
Does that make? Yes.
Right.
Yes. I'm a Gemini. Oh. We didn't tell her before, honestly.
No, honestly, I didn't.
I am a Gemini, guys, but I'm also a little bit on the cusp of a Taurus.
I see the Taurus in you as well.
Yeah, because there's a Taurus. Because
I think you're cusp Gemini. Because
I am a cusp.
Because I find that some of the signs don't live in their month. So, for instance, let's just say Capricorn belongs to January.
Yes.
But it starts from December.
Right.
I don't classify a December Capricorn. They're more Saggy.
Yeah.
So I feel like months belong to. So
Saggy, Leo, Gemini.
Yeah.
Power. All right, power. Well done.
So
she's good.
She's amazing. That means that she's got real emotional and people intelligence.
She has.
Yeah. Which is great for your industry.
Yeah.
But speaking of that, I mean, obviously you wouldn't know their signs, but have you worked with any problematic people? And have you been like, yeah, that's because they're a damn Gemini?
You can always find unexpected obstacles along the way.
I love how she puts it
on productions. But at the end of the day, I try not to attach myself to that. I try to think that, this is why I'm here. This is why I'm on this production or this set. I'm grateful to be here. I'm going to have fun with it. I think from my perspective is with creative people, I think if we get too far in our heads, it can stop us from achieving our limits.
Absolutely.
When I just like to just sort of let myself go with the flow and have fun. I think when you have fun, your talent can really shine through.
I love that. I think we can take a lot from what you said there, and people and how they show up and how they treat others.
Absolutely.
Because I think from you, your energy is just, you're not even worrying about what's going on around you. in your own energy, your own presence. I think a lot of us need to do that for our own mental well-being and health and emotions. So definitely love that. Thank you for sharing that as well.
So before we're going to open up the floor to questions, but I just wanted to say, I think that within the media industry and in entertainment in general, I think it's all about attitude. And I think about having a positive one. Obviously, that's an obvious.
Yeah.
But I think it's about like connecting with people and making sure that that you both, well, the whole team has an understanding of what is expected for them, like just the natural things like respect and honor, integrity. But most importantly, I think that when people are on set, they need to not lose their ego and not be narcissists. We know that the media industry is full of them. And I don't know if it's as they higher they climb, the more of their backside is exposed. But as I say, like, you start to see people's attitude, and I just think, why can't you climb and still remain humble and grateful? I think more opportunities come to you
and just in gratitude and appreciation. I think the vibrations, like, you can definitely,
and I feel like that's what you exude, and that's what we feel like you bring to the table. So just big shout out to you.
Big shout out. We're happy that she's part of our community and network now at FNU. So thank you, Nekoda.
Family.
Welcome.
So let's get these questions on.
Yeah, come on, questions.
Any questions from the audience?
How did you find the transition from the two cultures, from Australia to the British culture?
That's a good question. I've been in the UK for a really long time now. Australia and England, we are both Commonwealth countries, so we have very much similarities in culture, but it's more of actually the history for me. England, I love the architecture here.
It's beautiful.
How much history England has, how old it is. And Australia, obviously, we are a newer country, so we don't have as much history as here. I definitely don't miss the spiders and the bugs.
Oh, yeah.
And the bugs. I mean, it's not completely terrible. I'm probably over-exaggerating here. But I love how we get less bugs. I'm not a fan of them.
Right.
But yeah, I just go with the flow.
Any other questions?
Have we got one more?
If you could play any character, what would be your ideal character to play?
Ideal character.
This is a good one because I have a few, but I would like to play. I'd like to be a Detective Jodie Foster in something like Silence of the Lambs.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm drawn to dark, gritty drama, or a detective in The Capture, BBC series.
Watch Nekoda. Watch his space, because this is where you're going.
Dangerous.
Yeah, she's dangerous.
This is dangerous.
But we had her here on F the News. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank
you very much for having me.
What a pleasure.
Thank you for coming. We really appreciate talking to you.
Oh, thank you. No, it's been amazing. Thank you so much.
you.
And what you're doing here, I think giving a voice to those who feel like they can't.
Yeah,
it's just amazing.
Thank you. Appreciate
so
that.
much.
Receive that, Queen. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Give it up for Nekoda. Oh my gosh. Hasn't that gone quick?
It's gone really super quick, but we're so grateful.
We are so grateful. So we want to really thank you for watching our first ever interactive series of F the News. We will be here next week. We'll have some more fabulous guests. I'm going to use that F word from Zarine today. And we'll be joined by some more guests on our pink sofa. We wanted to stick around though, because we have an amazing...
We've got something amazing coming for them.
Tell them, Sancho, what we got.
But before we do, we actually forgot to shout out our sponsors, and we've got to do that. We have to do that.
Sorry,
so we wanted to give a big shout out to our sponsors. So I'm in business, Alison Johnson. She runs a networking class here in Croydon. It's a workshop, and it's a great opportunity for business women to come and connect and collaborate and actually learn about business. She's amazing. And Saffron Saunders at Startup Croydon, amazing digital lab. I want to shout out the whole team, the F the News team. You guys, big up yourself. This has just been absolutely crazy.
Yes.
Washi pink snaps always. Everything, everyone.
What about our wonderful support?
And we've
Look
got
at these
amazing.
Keeping us.
Can you bring your one to the front?
Yeah,
we've had these amazing cushions made for us, especially for the show.
Thank you.
In our brand colours from Dion, and she's got a company called Hooks and Looms.
Yep.
And her email is going to be in the chat afterwards if you want to find it, because I actually didn't write it down. I'm so sorry, Dion.
We'll put everyone.
And yeah, without further ado, I think we're going to hand it over to Rochelle.
We are.
No, I think one more. We've gotten to shout out the women, the 50s and overs.
Yo,
tuned in and downloaded TikTok today specifically to watch us. So big up.
Thank you so much.
Shout out Mummy Patricia, shout out Mummy Tanya. Big up.
There in Barbados.
Yes, living La Vida Loca. And I think that's all.
We've got a worldwide
we have. And all that's left to say is tell a friend to tell a friend, and see you here next week Friday.
But don't go yet, because we've got something special for you.
Yes. Yeah. So we're going to hand it over to Rochelle.
Yes, we are.
So we're going to exit, and Rochelle is going to take it from here. She's the hologram host, and she's going to introduce our final video that was edited by the wonderful Sydney Summers, and we're going to watch it right now.
Thank you so much. Bye, guys. Thank you, Nekoda.
And this week, stepping into the news vault is Layyah performing her track Respect and Power.
Once upon a time we were subservient to men. Our roles go beyond the cooking and cleaning. We make a house a home, you see us women have meaning. Once upon a time we were subservient to men. Our roles go beyond the cooking and cleaning. We make a house a home, you see us women have meaning. And every other month you see our coochies be bleeding. And that's a different type of pain, but we charge it to the game. The cost of being a woman, we can never be replaced. And it's evident us women are relevant. And without us you men are irrelevant. And what's a woman to a man? It's like a million to a grand. You don't have to do it cramps, you're not told to abort. When you were part of the mission and missionary you didn't complain. And our baby's on the way, that's when you're running away. You see us women hold weight, look at the history we've made. Rosa Parks, Maya Angelou, Harriet Tubman, and that's only a couple of names. Respect and power, that's the name of the game. Respect and power. Power. Respect and power. Power. What's a woman to a man or a man to a woman? Respect and power. Power. We have to work harder, and that is just a fact. It's hard being a woman, let alone one that is black. They say my hair's too tough, so they want me to relax. But that heat caused damage, I'm not hearing none of that. A go-getter things never really fell into my lap. So how can I relax? I'm trying to make racks out of my rap, so there's power in my pen. Woman hold more value, let me tell you once again. It's hard enough living in a world that's run by men full of egos. Refer to us as these hoes. They trying to score points like we some free throws. All men are cheaters, but now we got the cheat code. Ha ha. Did I hurt your ego? Would there ever be a day where a black woman's president or prime minister? Probably not, the world is so sinister. Fickle reality make my eyes trickle. It's a cocoa world icicle.